For Bloom-Carroll, the Bulldogs are rolling. They haven't lost a Mid-State League game since 2019. For Fairfield Union, the Falcons are looking to soar to new heights under the guidance of first-year head coach Andy Clark. We're in the Mid-State League tonight here on our Toyota Friday Night Rivals as we welcome you to Bloom-Carroll. Along with Jeff Logan, I'm Marty Bannister. We'll hear from Jay Richardson coming up here in a few moments. Jeff, I mentioned these teams know each other so very well, so you toss the records right out the window.
Absolutely. I feel like we're at the Fairfield County Fair, and we're getting ready for one of those monster tractor pulls, and both of these teams want to get down and dirty in the mud, and I will tell you this, they all have great horsepower, they have great traction, they want to get after it on the ground.
All right, let's break these teams down. For Fairfield Union and head coach Andy Clark, it starts with a two-way guy, Owen Ruff.
Yeah, Owen Ruff is a terrific football player. He's a quiet guy off the field, but Coach Clark says he's got a switch that he can turn on, and he becomes magnetic when he gets on the field. He is really, really good.
Bloom-Carroll head coach Jeremy McKinney guided this team to the state championship game last year in Division III. A lot of the key players are back from that team, including the real go-to guy, and that's Dylan Armentrout.
Yeah, this kid is special. I've watched this kid grow up through the program. Last 2 years, he's been the leading rusher, 1,900 yards rushing a year ago, and the best part about it, he's heading to the Army to play football. That is awesome.
It's the Mid-State League tonight in our Toyota Friday Night Rivals. It's Bloom-Carroll, it's Fairfield Union. We've got the kick coming up next. Yep. Thank you.
Sounds good.
That monster truck thing was pretty good.
Marty, is this one of those internet stations behind us? Okay.
Yes.
Do you know them?
No.
They're going to like it when I stand up.
It's their problem. Well. We are in the Mid-State League tonight. It's Bloom-Carroll and Fairfield Union. It's a Buckeye Division tilt this evening. The coin toss is brought to you by Hilliard Lawn and Garden, the proud sponsor of tonight's coin toss. And as you see right now, the referee, Roger Edensinger, conducting the coin toss at midfield, telling the teams which direction they will be headed. Fairfield Union has won the toss, and the Falcons will take the football to start tonight's game. And again, our coin toss brought to you by Hilliard Lawn and Garden, the proud sponsor of tonight's coin toss since 1971. Hilliard Lawn and Garden. Dylan Armentrout and this Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs football team, they have been rolling through the Mid-State League. They haven't lost a league game since 2019. They are cruising right now after dropping their season opener to a very good Harvest Prep team. While meantime, Fairfield Union comes into this game. They've been in games for the most part in the games that they've lost, but things have just got away from them quickly. Last week it got away real quick against an unbeaten Logan Elm team. They were down 27-0 after the first quarter, but was a stalemate the rest of the way. If that means anything to you, you can take that for what it's worth. But the week before against Hamilton Township, they gave the Rangers all they could handle for a while in the game before things started to fall apart in that game. Tonight's opening kickoff is sponsored by MakeItMakeSense.org. Scan the QR code on the screen to get youths and adults the help they need to quit smoking and vaping. Bloom-Carroll at 4-1, and Fairfield Union enters tonight with a mark of 2 wins and 3 losses on the season. This is a good one, kicking the football away. Trayton McKee, he holds Bloom-Carroll season records and career records in extra points and is a weapon when punting the football and kicking the football away. In fact, on his Twitter account, Jeff Logan, he was running down his kicks and talking about how well he kicked.
That's pretty impressive. 49.5 yards per average on punting the football. That's outstanding at the high school level.
And this game underway tonight here at Bloom-Carroll as the Falcons and the Bulldogs get together. And the opening kick will bounce just into the end zone as Fairfield Union will get the football. I've got a Buckeye next to me in the booth tonight. I've got a Buckeye on the sideline tonight. We welcome in Jay Richardson.
How you guys doing? I'm Jay Richardson. So happy to be here on this beautiful night for football. You see the opening kick goes in for the touchback, and we are getting ready to get things rocking. I'm telling you right now, I'm expecting a lot of big things out of this Bloom-Carroll team. There's a lot of great players to look for, but do not think that this won't be competitive, because I know these young men from Fairfield Union are going to grind this thing all night long. So let's see how this thing plays out.
All right, Jay, thank you. We look forward to hearing from you throughout the evening. Kellyanne Stitz has she drew the short straw. She's going to South Bend to watch Ohio State Notre Dame tomorrow night. First play from scrimmage is a handoff into the middle, and it's Owen Ruff, the 5'11", 195-pound junior, carrying out for a short gain for Ruff. We check the starting lineups in tonight's game, brought to you by the University of Toledo. There's the Fairfield Union offense. The quarterback is the son of the head coach, Andy Clark. That's Hunter Clark. Andy Clark was a standout quarterback in his playing days in college at Concord University. And Owen Ruff will do the majority of the ball carrying for this Falcons offense, which averages 289 yards per game. 239 of that come on the ground. I know, Jeff Logan, that makes you very, very happy when teams run the football.
Absolutely. I love when they use that power offense, and Owen Ruff is really a good one, and he's got a good offensive line in front of him.
First play gained 8. It's a second down and short. And here's Ruff again coming to the near side and taking a couple of pops as he tries to get to the first down marker, and is shoved back by this aggressive Bloom-Carroll defense, which head coach Jeremy McKinney, who's also the defensive coordinator, said, we really like the way we're running to the football right now. Park Truex is a good one at one of those defensive end spots. Didn't play high school football until this season. After sitting out the last couple of years playing middle school football, he's a factor at that defensive end spot, has 30 tackles on the season, and is the team's leader in tackles for a loss with a half dozen this season. Quick third down and 1 upcoming for Fairfield Union. Falcons have 14 rushing touchdowns this season, and the quarterback Clark will keep the football and pick up the first down as he barrels out across the 35-yard line for a first down, our first down of the game tonight, brought to you by Buckeye State Bank. Buckeye State Bank, together we win. There you see the resume of Hunter Clark on the ground this season, Jeff. And again, a running quarterback, and that's what they like to do.
Well, it's going to be number 4, number 15 carrying the ball 80% of the time tonight as you look across the way at the head football coach, Andy Clark. They absolutely don't have any secrets. We're going to run the football at you until you stop us.
Almost 2 minutes into this one here tonight, and it's Ruff again, finding a little room as he runs up the hash marks out across the 40 to the 41. Ruff's had some big games this season. In their win over Warren Local, he went for 216 on 21 totes of the football, had 4 touchdowns, and just for good measure, ran a kickoff back 86 yards for a touchdown.
Just a junior on this football team, so the future is bright, along with Hunter Clark, who is a junior. A lot of young football players. You see his numbers so far on the year. Over 800 yards now rushing on the season, 7 touchdowns.
Impressive numbers for that young man. Jeff talked about him in the open a short time ago. They'll hand it off inside, and Chase Harmon gets the carry, and Harmon A 5'10", 165-pound junior gets out to the 44-yard line. It's shy of a first down. Jeff, I love the way you talked about Owen Ruff in the open as you watch Harmon get close to the first down here. The comment that Andy Clark made about him, he's a different guy when the lights come on.
Yeah, it's amazing. And some guys are just different when their love for the game, their excitement for the game. He's not a rah-rah guy off the field. He goes about his business. He's a great student, great attitude, very quiet. And then all of a sudden, when those lights go on, as you mentioned, he flips that switch, and he's a different player.
3rd down and 3, and it's Ruff with the football, and he's got the first down and just muscles his way into Bloom-Carroll territory, carries to the 45, and that's another Buckeye State Bank first down for this Fairfield Union offense. And they're doing, Jeff, just what they have to do in this game.
There may have been
dominate the run and keep Bloom-Carroll off the field.
You're absolutely right, Marty, and a lot of people may have doubted their ability to be able to run against this tough defense of Bloom-Carroll. But from the get-go, they have come out and they are smacking Bloom-Carroll right in the mouth by running the football right down their throat.
Pickup of 11 for Owen Ruff. And the Falcons are on the move as the sun starts to set. What a wonderful facility here. Great backdrop to this matchup here tonight here in Fairfield County as Chase Harmon, again, the ball carrier, gets out across the 45-yard line, the line of scrimmage. He carried to the 42 for a pickup of 3. We're at that time of the year right now where as we look over behind the Fairfield Union stands across the way from us, and you can see the leaves starting to turn on the trees a little bit, and it just has that air about it. There's a great shot of it right there by our outstanding camera crew, and you can just see it's a great night for high school football, and the leaves are changing.
Yeah, and the corn's still standing, though, right? They haven't gotten a big old green dog out there to hunt that corn.
Green dog?
Yeah.
2nd down and 7 for Fairfield Union. It's Ruff trying to get to the edge and is brought down after a short gain. Bloom-Carroll with penetration that time. This defense of Jeremy McKinney, it's a defense led by Tristan Bridge. We saw him a moment ago. That was David Mullen right there with the tackle, the 6'2 sophomore. Very young group. They lost a lot of starters off that defense that helped them get to the state championship game last year. There you see the leading tackler, Bridge, and he's a returning starter on that defense with 5 tackles for a loss, and he's got a sack this year as well, too.
Marty, this is an uncomfortable 3rd down yardage for this Fairfield Union football team. Hunter Clark will throw the football, 16 out of 41 throwing on the season, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, but they're going to run.
And it's Clark with the football as he got through 1 tackle attempt, took a pretty big stick as he tried to get to the outside and hit the first down marker, and he was brought down. A good tackle over there coming up for Bloom-Carroll. Broden Bishop, 6'1", 180-pound senior safety with a big hit right there as Clark looked like he was a step or 2 away from getting the first down.
It was a good read by the quarterback that time with a read option, and he's able to take the football, and they came up about 2.5, maybe 3 yards short, and there is no indication of punt. Could see quick kick or something here, but I think that Coach Andy Clark with his football team at 2-3, 0-2 in the league, believes that this is a kind of game they got to gamble on.
Jace Rockwood also was there to help out. They'll go for it on 4th down. It's Ruff, and he plows ahead and looks like he did get the first down. Jeff, we're already almost halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah, it's amazing. And again, if you got high-powered offense over there with Bloom-Carroll with some of their really good, talented football players, specifically Dylan Armentrout, the more you can keep Armentrout on the sidelines, the better your opportunity to be able to win. This is a huge 4th down pickup for the Falcons.
Another Buckeye State Bank first down. Buckeye State Bank, together we win. As Fairfield Union moves down the field, the opening possession of the game. We are exactly halfway through the first 12 minutes of play, and the Bulldogs haven't touched the football yet. Here's Ruff again on the carry. Gets near the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage was the 33. And talking with both coaches coming into this game, that's what both coaches talked about, Jeff, especially with Jeremy McKinney and worrying about his defense against this type of offense, which gets a defense on its heels.
There you see Jeremy McKinney along the sidelines of Bloom-Carroll. Been a long-time assistant here before he took over for Wade Bartholomew, who left this program a couple of years ago for a job up in Columbus at Olentangy, and he's having great success up there.
And out of the shotgun formation, it's Hunter Clark, and is shoved backwards as, again, good penetration that time by that purple-clad defense of Bloom-Carroll, leading the way that time at the bottom of the pile. They had a number of guys leading the charge that time. James Donnelly, 5'11", 219-pound junior, part of that group that got there in a hurry. And that brings up another big third down in this opening quarter for Fairfield Union as they have marched down the field. This drive started when the kick went into the end zone, and they have promptly moved down the field.
Absolutely in 4-down territory for this football team. They've already proven they're going to continue to go for it.
3rd and 7 from the Bloom-Carroll 30. Clark goes back to throw for the first time and throws this one way wide to the intended receiver. That was Trace Pinnell, 6 foot, 155-pound senior in the flat, and that'll bring up now a 4th down. Thanks to Kroger Great Lakes Distribution Center, tonight's game is streaming live on the ABC6 YouTube channel, the ABC6 News app, and as well on the CWColumbus.com. Jeff Logan, you can watch this game anywhere thanks to our friends at Kroger Distribution Center.
I like that a lot. That is great. Anywhere in the country, anywhere around the world.
Anywhere in the world,
right?
Absolutely. Your voice is heard and seen.
That's a scary thought, isn't it?
It is. It is around the world. 4th down and 7 for Fairfield Union. We're at the 4.5-minute mark of quarter number 1 in our Toyota Friday Night Rivals matchup as the Fairfield Union Falcons will go for it on 4th down. Everyone very excited for this big 4th down play. Clark will roll to the near side, his second attempt of the night. Now he's going to tuck the football and run, and he plows ahead and looks like he did get the first down. Heads-up play there by Hunter Clark, the junior quarterback, who came into the game with 196 yards rushing. And, Jeff, you had to like the way he surveyed the field, didn't see what he liked, and picked up the first down.
Absolutely. This is RPO at its best, run-pass option, and look at him put that shoulders and head down to make sure that he got the first down and protect the football. Great heads-up play. You can tell he's a coach's son, surveying things across the field. And what a terrific drive Fairfield Union has started already tonight.
Buckeye State Bank first down. Buckeye State Bank, together we win. Again, out of the shotgun formation. It's Ruff taking the handoff. And again, behind that offensive line, which is doing a pretty good job here in quarter number 1. Keegan Arnett, Kyle Wolf, Justin Mossholder, Gunnar George, and Jace Swisher leading the way as we check our keys for tonight's matchup for both these teams. Well, Fairfield Union, Jeff, doing exactly what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty close. Chew up that clock. They haven't shared 1 second with Bloom-Carroll to have the football tonight.
But the key, though, stay focused and finish. As we talked about earlier, they've had games get away from them in a hurry. And for Bloom-Carroll, well, they want to attack early, obviously, and have the opponent play the game the way they want to play. But you got to have the football first to do that, and they haven't touched it yet. First penalty flag of the night.
It's going to be an encroachment on the defense, so that's going to bring up 2nd and about 2 for the first down, and that'll put them inside the red zone.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. Number 75. 5 yards from the previous spot. Will repeat, 2nd down.
That's our referee, Roger Edsinger, telling you the penalty flag and the penalty, which is sponsored by the United States Army. So under 3 minutes to go, quarter number 1. Fairfield Union still with the football. They're facing a 2nd down and 3 now after the penalty. The ball moved to the 12-yard line. Clark will hand off. Here's Ruff again, and he has some running room inside the 10 towards the 5 where he is brought down. Gunnar George, that left guard, doing a good job of opening some gaps for Owen Ruff to pick up yardage for this Falcons offense. He gets to the 7-yard line.
Marty, it's fun to watch around the stadium. Take a look at the crowd out there. There is not a seat to be found in this stadium, and it's standing room only around the track for this big battle in Fairfield County. I mean, they got here early, and they got here with a high degree of energy on both sides. Looking forward to this game tonight.
Good look at the packed house here this evening at Carl Fell Stadium at Bloom-Carroll High School. We'll go out of the I formation for the first time tonight. The handoff goes to Ruff with Harmon leading the way, and Ruff gets to the 5-yard line on a 1st and goal. So now a 2nd and goal upcoming. Fairfield Union coming into the game, 239 yards per game on the ground as you watch Ruff follow Harmon through the hole right there.
A really good stop by Michael Stevenson, number 85, playing the defensive end position, able to come in and make the play.
This is a young Bloom-Carroll defense. We touched on this team, which got to the state championship game last year. They had a great one at linebacker in David Marshall, who matriculated down Route 33 to play at Ohio University. Ruff to the hip of the quarterback, Clark, and penalty flags again come in as the ball was snapped.
You know, Bloom-Carroll defensively, here's the call by the
Dead
official.
ball. False start on the offense. Number 3. 5 yards from the previous spot. Will repeat, 2nd down.
Jeff, that penalty sponsored by the U.S. Army.
They gave back that 5 yards from the encroachment, and now everything is even as far as that's concerned. But I was going to mention that the Bloom-Carroll football team defensively giving up only 15 points per game, and that includes giving up 38 in week number 1 against Harvest Prep. So they have been very stingy in terms of the way they play defense after that week 1.
90 seconds left in the first quarter, and Bloom-Carroll has not touched the football yet. Clark will give the ball to Ruff, trying to get to the edge, and a good open field stop right there. Coming up to grab him by the ankles and wait for help to arrive was the strong side linebacker, Jet Jones, and he lived up to that first name as he shot through the gap and made the tackle.
Oh, what a great name for football, and what a player this young man is. He played safety last year. They moved him up to that Sam linebacker spot. He's a co-captain on this team, and that is a TFL for number 3. Way to get into the backfield, and that really puts Fairfield Union behind the chains.
We go under a minute left in the first quarter. With the clock continuing to spin, the play clock's down to 15.
This is a first for me.
Yeah, I can't recall where one team didn't touch the ball in a quarter.
Many football games as I've seen, I've never seen anybody at any level possess it for the entire quarter.
Clark will roll on 3rd and goal from the 14. Now we'll tuck the football and run, and he's brought down at the 11, perhaps stretching to the 10.
Well, an interesting call here for Coach Andy Clark.
Now, Owen Ruff does all their kicking.
Exactly.
He's 1 of 2 this year on field goals. His only make is from 28 yards. And we'll see what the mindset is here of Andy Clark. I think in a game like this, points of any kind are good in this game.
Here's Coach Clark. He doesn't even want to look. Take a swig of that Gatorade or that water over there. He's going to take a timeout.
How about that?
Talk to his football team and let the quarter run out, Marty.
That's right.
We did it.
Bloom-Carroll does not touch the football in quarter number 1. How about that? Fairfield Union will have a 4th down and goal from the 11 when we come back for quarter number 2. At some point, the Bulldogs may get the football tonight. We'll see you when we come back. Scoreless after 1 period on our Toyota Friday Night Rivals. Seen that. Thank you. Wow.
I figured the only one that could do it would be Mount Union.
They play in that weak OAC. They'd have to do it against. They do it in that weak OAC. Hey, could we get Jay involved here? Okay. Yeah, I'd love to give him maybe a chance to talk defense here with what he's seen. Yeah. Okay. I know. Well, time of possession ought to be easy to figure out so far in the game.
Yeah. Drive started at the 20 or the 25? 20, right?
20, yeah.
It was 20.
20, yeah. Silly. Perhaps the easiest game to figure out time of possession that we've had this year, our Toyota Friday Night Rivals. Fairfield Union has had the ball the entire first quarter. They took the opening kick and have marched down the field. As we start quarter number 2, they face a 4th and goal from the 11. And, Jeff, they're going to kick a field goal here.
Yeah, 19 plays on the drive. And interesting enough, they've been averaging 3.6 per try.
Owen Ruff, a 28-yard field goal attempt, a high snap, and the kick is up. And the kick by Owen Ruff is good. And Fairfield Union gets the game's first points as we hit quarter number 2. Fairfield Union with a field goal. Bloom-Carroll, as we start the second quarter, will actually see the football on offense. This is the Toyota Friday Night Rivals matchup here at Bloom-Carroll.
Toyota Camry has been America's best-selling car for over 20 years.
Hey, everybody knows that. But here's something you may not know. It's now available with all-wheel drive.
To give you the confidence and peace of mind to handle any kind of road conditions.
And of course, Camry's assembled right here in the USA.
Now you can get 3.99 APR financing on an exciting new Camry, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
The more you know, the more you'll drive Toyota. Let's go places.
Owen Ruff, a 28-yard field goal for Fairfield Union. And the Falcons have the lead here in this matchup in the Mid-State League. Here's your scoring summary, which is brought to you by Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board of Franklin County. 20 plays, 69 yards, and that number on the far right, that's right, 12 minutes. They held the ball the entire first quarter and then for 5 seconds of quarter number 2 on the field goal attempt. Just a remarkable first possession. And we wondered, perhaps, Jeff, at the start of the game, why Fairfield Union took the football. Exactly what Andy Clark wanted to do.
Yeah, that's the answer. Now, I don't know that he felt as though his football team could possess it for that long. We have not seen anybody do that for an entire quarter. That is amazing that they were able to do that. Mixed in a little bit of looks like they wanted to pass, but were never able to complete anything. And probably the key in that drive to get 3 points on the board was the third down pickup by Hunter Clark in that RPO.
Bloom-Carroll will get the football as back deep. Jace Rockwood, and to the near side, Broden Bishop. Dylan Armentrout also will spend some time returning kicks for this Bloom-Carroll team, but it's Rockwood and Bishop to get things started here tonight. Bloom-Carroll last year 14-2. Like they did this year, they lost their opening game and then stormed through the season, winning 14 straight before losing to Canfield in the Division III state title game. They lost their opening game this year and haven't lost since. Owen Ruff will kick the football away. Very high end-over-end kick. This will be Bishop at the 8-yard line. Out across the 20, 25, 30, and there goes Bishop to the 40, and Bishop is on the go. He might run all the way. He's to the 30. He's to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. It's a house call on the opening kickoff. Broden Bishop runs the opening kick back 92 yards. And scores, and the Bloom-Carroll offense still hasn't been on the field yet, but they have the lead by a score of 6-3 on the kick return by Broden Bishop. That's another Ramos Roofing touchdown. Get your free estimate on a roof by calling or texting 614-761-ROOF.
Well, Broden Bishop coming into tonight, he had 3 touchdowns rushing and 1 receiving. This is the first kickoff return, taking it to the house and untouched. Great job of setting it up, and the celebration begins for Bloom-Carroll. And now the only problem is, after the kick is up and the kick is good, is that now you got to give the ball back to those people that won't share it with you.
Trayton McKee with the extra point. He's Bloom-Carroll's career leader in extra points. That was his 140th of the season. And Bloom-Carroll has the lead at 7-3 in this one tonight. Well, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Kellyanne Stitz is spending the next couple of days in South Bend covering Ohio State and Notre Dame, but we're pleased to be joined by another former Buckeye. He's on the sideline with us tonight. We say hello once again to Jay Richardson.
Fellas, the energy is unbelievable right now. Okay, one team just had a 20-play drive that ate up an entire quarter. I've never seen that before. Jeff, I know you'd love to be a running back in this offense for Fairfield Union because you're going to get your touches, and then right away you get a kick return for a touchdown. So it's 7-3, and the Bloom-Carroll offense has not touched the football yet. Unbelievable way to start a football game, and this thing is rolling. As I said earlier, there was going to be a lot of grind, and Fairfield Union is grinding, but Bloom-Carroll just looks talented so far.
Would you like this offense to run the ball?
I would love it. I would love it. Are you featuring the running back is the number one thing? Absolutely.
Here's McKee getting ready to kick it away for Bloom-Carroll.
How selfish, though, can you be, right? I mean, this is one time where being selfish is your goal, and it's probably acceptable.
Owen Ruff and Isaiah Saleh are back deep, and the opening kick is going to give the ball to Fairfield Union when their offense again comes back onto the field in this one here this evening at Bloom-Carroll. Coming up in just a couple of moments, we'll go back down to the third member of our broadcast crew, Jay Richardson, for the Music Go Around Coach's Corner. We will hear from the head coach whose team has the lead for his thoughts on the first half of this Mid-State League Buckeye Division tilt this evening here at Bloom-Carroll High School in Carroll, just off of Route 33 as you make your way towards the Lancaster area. And 7-3 the lead for Bloom-Carroll. And the Falcons offense comes back onto the field. Their last drive started on the 20. This drive starts on the 20. And good start for their leading rusher, Owen Ruff, with 38 yards on 11 totes in the pigskin tonight. Carry number 12. And is able to navigate his way out to the 25-yard line.
118 carries coming into tonight's ball game. Already 12 carries tonight. Look at the numbers there. I mean, he's averaging 6.5 yards a try during the season. That first opening drive, though, the 19 plays that were there plus the field goal, they averaged 3.6 yards per try. And you start doing the math there. You start adding that up. That's first down, first down, first down, first down, and that's all you got to do is continue to do it. Woody Hayes would be loving this right now. 3 yards in a cloud of, well, maybe the marbles
crushed
on the field
rubber,
because we don't have any dust down there.
It's the crushed rubber that's on these field turf surfaces. Owen Ruff against Hamilton Township ran for 176 and a couple of scores. We mentioned the Warren local game where he rumbled for 216, including that kickoff return. Last week in the game that they lost to Logan Elm, he went for 164. I
want you to notice again how they are stretching the clock. They are in no hurry. Looks like they're going to try and reset the play clock here. But they're in no hurry to run plays. And this is one of the things they want to do. They want to keep that high-powered offense that Jay Richardson was talking about on the sidelines for Bloom-Carroll.
They'll hand off again inside. And again, short running room, middle of the field, as Owen Ruff again will be the ball carrier on this short game, bringing up a third down. Jeff, you do so much on the field as a guy like Owen Ruff does. Obviously, it could wear on you at times, but he's been doing that this whole season. So the young man physically and mentally strong, and perhaps it's more mentally than anything else.
Well, I think so. You got to make sure you're prepared to be able to go both ways on this football team. And again, you're kicking, you're punting, you're doing all the stuff for your team out there. But you know, this is what this young man lives for. He really enjoys the opportunity to play this game at a high level.
Third down and 3. They give the football to Ruff, and he's got the first down as he gets out across the 30. Made a nice little move in the middle of the field at about the 30, which allowed him to spring free for a couple of extra yards, and another Fairfield Union first down, another Buckeye State Bank first down.
Boy, a good jump cut there by Owen Ruff, who was able to make somebody miss when it looked like they had nothing. Look at this. Pop, he's able to make the move and slither through just the smallest little hole there to be able to pick. Oh, what a great shot from the end zone. Here's your tailback. Look at that seam. Not much room to be able to fit through there, and he had great vision, able to pick up the first down.
Ball out to the 32-yard line, a pickup of 5 for Owen Ruff. And that was a Bowling Green State University first down. On the carry again, they keep everything close to the chest, do these Falcons, as that time Chase Harmon, the junior, with the ball carry. Fairfield Union on the season, they have 14 rushing touchdowns. This is a program, it has been a while since they have tasted a great deal of success, Jeff. Since 2008, this program has only had 3 winning seasons, or seasons rather of 500 or above. Last year they were 5-5. Then you have to go back to 2017 when they went 6-4, and then before that you have to go back to 2009 where they also went 6-4. One thing Andy Clark did say though this week, the numbers are up, and that's a good thing. Play clock down to 5. Oh, Ruff popped in the backfield, bounces off the hit, and is able to salvage something out of that.
I don't know if that was Park Truex that came in there and made that initial hit, but that was a collision in the backfield. Very fortunate to hang on to the football and get at least a little bit of a positive gain. Now you've got 3rd down and 8.
Play picked up just a couple on that as, again, Ruff was able to bounce off of that. We talked about this young man a moment ago, Park Truex, who has not played high school football since middle school, the junior defensive end. And to return to the game and throw up those kind of numbers tells you a little bit about his athletic ability.
He passes the look test, too, doesn't he?
Absolutely. 6'2", 225 pounds. Rough the carry and shy of the first down. So now an interesting call for Andy Clark. His first fourth down other than the field goal attempt of distance in this game. 4th and 7, Jeff.
You can see the pressure now. They're getting penetration. They figured a couple things out. Good fill by Tristan Britch, the middle linebacker, coming up to make the hit. 5'10", 185-pound senior, filling the hole and taking down Owen Ruff.
So we'll see what the mindset is. And Owen Ruff again does their punting as well. He averages 34 yards a kick. I think about the only thing he doesn't do is drive the team bus.
Again,
but they would probably let him if they needed him to.
Look at this. They're waiting the clock all the way down to 1 second and taking a timeout.
Fairfield Union.
7-3, Bloom-Carroll with the lead. 7 minutes to go. Quarter number 2, Fairfield Union facing a 4th and 7 when we return on Toyota Friday Night Rivals.
It's Toyota Truck and SUV month, and with more to choose from than anyone else.
Your new Toyota will have you ready for anything.
Ready for a family adventure. Ready for a night out.
Your Toyota, your choice.
Now, during Toyota's Truck and SUV month, get 3.99 APR financing on the new aggressively sophisticated Toyota Highlander.
Or 4.99 APR financing on this electrified Highlander hybrid. Plus, get 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Toyota Truck and SUV month. The choice is yours.
Toyota, let's go places.
Jeremy McKinney, his second year as head coach at Bloom-Carroll, was the defensive coordinator. They underwent a coaching change, and he stepped in last year. Pretty good first year as a head football coach, guided his team to the state championship game.
Again, this will most likely mark the first time that the Bloom-Carroll offense is going to have an opportunity to actually take a snap from center. You know, if I was the offensive football team over here, I'd be doing stretches again. I'd get myself ready. And quarterback for the Bloom-Carroll football team, Ethan Thanthan-Avong, I mean, he's got to be over there thinking, when am I going to get an opportunity to play?
Here's Ruff with the kick, a low spinning kick. That will be fielded on a hop at about the 30. Armentrout with his first touch tonight of the football as he goes down shy of the 30. Bloom-Carroll will have the football for the first time on offense when we return. Bloom-Carroll getting the football on offense for the first time tonight. Leading Fairfield Union 7-3. There is the junior quarterback Ethan Thanthan-Avong coming into the game. 726 yards passing, 44 of 80 on the season, 7 touchdown passes, rushing the football, 25 carries, 86 yards. Has slimmed down a little bit from last year. He was a little over 200 pounds last year as a sophomore quarterback, and head coach Jeremy McKinney said this young man has taken charge of this offense, worked in the offseason with the receivers. They were out here on this field turf surface in the winter, going through pass routes and working on receiving and getting into a rhythm with his receiving core. Thanthan-Avong, the junior quarterback. There's the rest of that Bloom-Carroll offense. And again, this look at the starting lineup is brought to you by the University of Toledo. Jaden Ball, the left tackle, is headed to Purdue. He's going to graduate early, the first Bloom-Carroll Bulldog to do that, and make his way to West Lafayette and play for the Purdue Boilermakers, a 6'5", 303-pound senior left tackle. Second down and 5 after Armentrout's carry. And in the middle of the field, it is close to a first down and should be good enough for a Bowling Green State University first down. That was Broden Bishop, the ball carrier. There's that Fairfield Union defense, and there's that name again, 15, Owen Ruff on that side of the football. Hunter Clark, who also doubles as the starting quarterback, leads the team with 36 tackles. Had 11 in the game against Hamilton Township, had a dozen against Logan Elm. Ball out to the 38. Van Danenbaum will go back to throw in the pocket, has a clean pocket, delivers over the middle, and has the tight end Michael Stevenson, who gets across the midfield stripe into Fairfield Union territory for a Bowling Green State University first down for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs.
What a great target Stevenson is. 6'3", 180-pound sophomore. Got one receiving touchdown on the season, sat down in the zone, made himself available to his quarterback, and that is a ball that is on target, on time. What a strike by Ethan Van Danenbaum.
And the really impressive thing about that, Jeff, was the clean pocket that he had to throw the football. They'll put the tight end in motion, and the handoff goes to Armentrout trying to get to the edge, being chased, and is shoved out of bounds. A flag comes in. The line of scrimmage was the 48. Armentrout was escorted out of bounds by a couple of Fairfield Union defenders. Trace Pinnell was over there. Also chasing him down, Jeff, was Jack Nolan, one of the junior linebackers.
You get a good idea of the speed of that young man, Dylan Armentrout, able to
We had personal foul on the defense, number 44, face mask.
Looked like it was absolutely a mistake, just kind of happened. And official right there on the call, inadvertent.
Yeah. Clay Markwood, the junior linebacker, was chasing Armentrout. Watch here.
There's the play and got his hand in the cage. Good call by the official. You're going to get a great shot of it here. 44 reaching around, and that's why you have the rule. He got his hand away quickly, but the official right there to make the play call, and Bloom-Carroll is in business.
Handoff inside. This is Bishop running straight, and straight up and down is Bishop as he gets inside the 30-yard line to the 25. That was Jack Nolan on that last play, the linebacker. Wears 14. There are the numbers for Broden Bishop. 3 touchdowns rushing on the season. 21 totes, 160 yards. I was told there would be no math tonight, but that's a pretty good average. Even I can figure that out. Stevenson starts in motion. Van Danenbaum will roll to throw now. Lofts it towards the end zone. Now it has a receiver. Touchdown, Bloom-Carroll. As they go into the end zone, Carter Cornelius got behind the defensive back, and his second touchdown reception of the season as the strobe lights blare here at Carroll, and the Bulldogs have the lead now at 13-3. A pretty throw and a good catch.
Well, what a terrific throw by the quarterback, because you got a right-hander rolling left. Watch him square his shoulders to the line of scrimmage. Puts this ball up into the corner. Good route, good coverage. That ball had to be thrown perfectly, and Ethan Van Danenbaum was able to deliver the strike to Carter Cornelius. And Marty, as you mentioned, touchdown number 2 for number 5.
Another Ramus Roofing touchdown. Get your free estimate on a roof by calling or texting 614-761-ROOF. Drayton McKee with the extra point, and the lead goes to 14-3 for Bloom-Carroll, the Bulldogs. Watch Van Danenbaum, and Jeff hit it right on the head as he was rolling out to his left. The way he squared his shoulders was impressive on this throw.
This takes a big, strong arm to be able to do this. And again, a good tight spiral as that ball was thrown right on target. And I can't tell you how difficult that is for that right-handed quarterback, because a lot of times they'll throw that football before they get their feet set and square to the line of scrimmage. That time he did an excellent job of making it happen.
The Bloom-Carroll lead at 14-3. They've got a kick return for a score. Broden Bishop with the kick return earlier, and here is the scoring summary. 6 plays, 72 yards, 2 minutes, and 27 seconds. The scoring summary brought to you by Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board of Franklin County. So the big strike Bloom-Carroll offense gets the touchdown pass, and their lead now at 14-3.
Bloom-Carroll averaging 32 points per game. If you look at their season, a little reminiscent of last year. They started out against Harvest Prep, lost their first game of the season, and then it went all the way down to 14 games before they lost another one. And again, that was you lost number 1, and you lost the last game of the season in the state finals. Really a tough year. This year they start out, they lose to Harvest Prep. but a big win against Bishop Hartley. They beat Jonathan Alder. They beat Amanda. They beat Liberty Union. And next week they get Logan Elm, which is another really good football team.
Terry Holbert has a very good football team at Logan Elm. Stick around at the half for the Kitchen Saver halftime show. Discover the inspiring ways that teachers from both Fairfield Union and Bloom-Carroll High Schools are helping students in the Ohio Education Association Educator Spotlight. We'll have scores from around Central Ohio as well. It all comes your way during the Kitchen Saver halftime show. And that comes up at the intermission tonight here at Bloom-Carroll High School in Carroll, Ohio. 14-3, Bloom-Carroll with the lead. Fairfield Union with the football. These two Mid-State League Buckeye Division rivals teeing it up here this evening. Owen Ruff again with the ball carry for Fairfield Union as we are already nearing the 4-minute mark of the first half. Again, if you weren't with us in quarter number 1, Bloom-Carroll did not touch the football.
That's big Tristan Ruckman that you were looking at there, 6'1", 215, a senior. You got to wonder if they're wearing down that Bloom-Carroll defense a little bit, Marty, by the amount of time that they've been on the field.
One of the things that Jeremy McKinney talked about is he likes the depth that he has, but they've been having to work in a lot of newcomers this year. He said 100% defense was their biggest concern coming into this season as Clark rolls to throw, and that pass is picked off by Bishop. And he is flipped airborne after intercepting the pass, and the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs get the football back. Broden Bishop comes up with the interception. This was something this team did with such frequency last year. Their defense last year, the defensive backs had 15 interceptions last year, including 5 in the playoffs. Bishop had a number of those and a big pick right here.
Well, not a good decision by the young quarterback Hunter Clark here. He's going to his left, did not square up. That ball flutters and throwing back across the way. At least he was able to come in and make the tackle. He'll learn from this play, and Dad will spend some time with him as the head football coach, working on him on being careful throwing that ball late across the field like that. And how about the night already here in the first half for Broden Bishop, a 92-yard kickoff return, and now an interception that very nearly turned into a pick six.
The intended receiver was the tight end, Carter Murdoch, but Bishop did a nice job at jumping that route and stepped right in front of that throw. 3:37 to go in this first half. And Panthanamong is back to throw again with a clean pocket touchdown as he hits the tight end Stevenson in the end zone. From 20 yards out, Ethan Panthanamong with the touchdown pass. Another Ramus Roofing touchdown. For a free estimate on your roof, call or text 614-761-ROOF, 76636 being the key number in all that, because that's the 6 that Bloom-Carroll just put on the field.
Wow, what a great throw again. Good set, good pocket again, as you mentioned, Marty. Good job by the offensive line, but, man, you got that big target, Michael Stevenson, just a sophomore on this football team. Touchdown catch number 2 for him this season.
McKee's extra point is easily up and good, and Bloom-Carroll has taken charge of this game. The lead grows to 21-3, and the Bulldogs looking for their 22nd straight Mid-State League victory are off to a good start right now. Watch this again as Panthanamong connects with Stevenson.
Starts with the play action. You're able to freeze those linebackers, good protection inside, man coverage out on the outside, and that's just a good route, a good pass. And Marty, it's been about 3 minutes of total time of possession maybe tonight for Bloom-Carroll, and they got 21 points on the board. Obviously, one is a kickoff return, but you talk about striking fast. One play, 20 yards after the pick, and that scoring summary is brought to you by Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health of Franklin County.
One play, 20 yards, exactly 6 seconds to add 6 plus the extra point onto the board for Bloom-Carroll. Jeff, I was going to say that I saw Bloom-Carroll last year in the playoffs, and watching Ethan Panthanamong, he looks so different to me at quarterback this season. Much more comfortable, much more assertive, and a much better presence in the pocket than last year for Panthanamong. And obviously all that off-season work has paid great dividends.
Well, I think the truth of the matter is they threatened to put him in a 60 jersey if he did lose some weight.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, strength, agility, strategy, and mascots. It's the Safelite Auto Glass Mascot Challenge involving beloved furry friends who are vying for the title of mascot champion. Jeff Logan has his favorite. He's ready to pick the mascot champion coming up at the half. Are you going with dog this week?
Yeah.
You're not going with dog this time?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Okay. 21-3, Bloom-Carroll with the advantage. For Fairfield Union, Jeff, how does this change their offensive mindset right now?
Well, I think they got to remain who they are, be true to themselves, come out here and get that run going again, see if they can possess the ball for the remaining 3.5 minutes in this first half.
Here's Ruff trying to find some running room, and the yards are starting to become very much tougher to come by than they were in the first quarter. Bloom-Carroll's defense seems to have made the adjustments that it had to make against this Fairfield Union rush attack.
You know, our defensive expert tonight obviously would be Jay Richardson down there on the sidelines. And I'd be curious, Jay, as you look at this, if you noticed any modifications or changes that Bloom-Carroll defense is putting 8, 9 guys in the box?
Yeah, so Jeff, you definitely saw the box get loaded up. You also saw 1 or 2 backside pressures, which caused a tackle for loss. Whenever you can get a tackle for loss, now you can get that team behind the sticks, meaning Fairfield Union. Once they're behind the sticks, now they really got to make some tough choices offensively, and that's how the Tides have turned so far in this football game.
Penalty sponsored by the United States Army, that flag against Fairfield Union. That was one of the things that Jeremy McKinney talked about. When the season started, they were going out of a 3-3-5 look defensively, but after the Harvest Prep game, in fact, he said, we went into the half and went, this really just isn't working for us. So they dropped the linebacker back and went out of the 4-4 look, and that's where they've been since then, and they've been really pleased with the results they've been getting there.
That's exactly what Jay Richardson just talked about, the backside pressure coming from Park Truex, playing that defensive boundary end position, able to come from behind all the way across the formation and make the play.
Approaching 2 minutes to go in this first half. Park Truex, the 6'2", 225-pound junior. Fairfield Union facing a 3rd down and 1 call. I'm sorry, 3rd down and 11 call here.
How do you think the recruitment went on for that young man? With he hadn't played since middle school, and they saw a guy walking around the hallways looking like him, and said, "Are you sure you don't want to play football?"
Clark, a moment's hesitation, then just lowers his shoulder and plows ahead. He'll be way shy of the first down, so another 4th down coming up here for Andy Clark and the Fairfield Union offense. Andy Clark was the director of athletics at Fairfield Union last season, and when the coaching change came, he decided that he wanted to get back into coaching. He had a very good run as the head football coach at Chesapeake in Southern Ohio. Won 47 games at Chesapeake, took them to the state playoffs 3 times.
The former coach at Fairfield Union, who he replaced, Sean Krupla, is now the defensive backs coach at Bloom-Carroll.
Bloom-Carroll, and still teaches in Fairfield Union at the high school.
How about that?
Wonder what this week was like for him.
It's got to be tough. It's interesting. Got Ohio State, Notre Dame playing obviously tomorrow, and there's a lot of coaches that have gone on both sides. Where Marcus Freeman used to be an Ohio State guy, he's now the head football coach there. There's a lot of recognition. James Laurinaitis, who spent a year as a graduate assistant at Notre Dame a year ago, now on the Ohio State staff. So the coaching trees get mixed up a little bit from time to time.
These two teams in the Mid-State League, Buckeye Division members. Bloom-Carroll, despite their 4-1 record, not ranked in the Associated Press top 10 in Division III this season. To this point, anyway. They are, however, in the computer rankings, and that's what really matters right now as you look at those. The top 16 in each region get in, and there you see Bloom-Carroll currently 4th in Division III. The top 8 in each region get a home game through the first 2 rounds if they advance. And Fairfield Union needing this one tonight to enhance their postseason hopes, 17th right now in their region.
Yep. After this game, they've got Liberty Union, Circleville, Amanda, and Taze Valley.
Ruff will punt, and a much better effort than the first punt. Takes a good Fairfield Union roll. Line of scrimmage was a 27, and this one will continue to wobble and slowly roll dead at the 19-yard line.
Misjudged that ball. You want to make sure you do not let the ball get on the turf and roll out like it did, and that's going to make this 2-minute drill, which is 1 minute and 1 second, real important now.
54 yards with the roll tacked onto it for Owen Ruff, and the Bloom-Carroll offense will come back onto the field with 1 minute and 1 second to go in the first half. Marty Bannister, Jeff Logan, Jay Richardson filling in tonight for Kelly and Stitz. We're glad Jay's with us here this evening. I felt small on the sideline when I stood next to Jay. He and I were doing a live hit with the Newsroom prior to the game tonight. Normally, I'm a lot taller than Kellyanne, but I'm not used to looking up. Rolling out is Thanthanavong. Going to set up a little screen back to the far side of the field, and the pass is caught. This is Armentrout getting knocked down at the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage was the 20-yard line, and Armentrout gets out across the 30 to the 31. Watch this shot that Armentrout takes after making the catch on the screen pass. It's a first down.
A little surprised we didn't see a flag for helmet to helmet. Watch this as you come in here. You're going to see the shot helmet to helmet. That's about as definite as you can get.
Thanthanavong to throw, and has Carter Cornelius again with the catch out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. And that's another Bowling Green State University first down for the Bloom-Carroll offense. And they're wasting little time getting back down the field.
Timeout, Bloom-Carroll. First timeout.
Boy, that's 5 out of 5 passing tonight for Thanthanavong. 80 yards, 2 touchdowns so far. Watch him in the pocket, comfortable right there. Able to come up with the 10-yard pitch and throw. What a perfect night. He's had few opportunities, obviously, but he's taken advantage of them. Carter Cornelius, the beneficiary of that throw.
The offensive line that Thanthanavong is standing behind to throw, they lost 4 of the starters from that group last year. Jaden Ball is the only returnee. They had Will Green at that right tackle or left tackle spot last year. He was 6'10", 305 pounds. And they had a massive offensive line last year, did this team?
Excuse me?
Yes, 6'10", 305 pounds. Yes.
Wait a minute. Mm-hmm. At Bloom-Carroll?
Yes, sir.
Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm. And it was an offensive line that just punished people last season. And Coach McKinney said it took him a while to kind of figure out what this group was all about. But so far tonight, so good. And Thanthanavong will roll out of the pocket this time. And again, we'll throw on the run. Stevenson toe tap on the far side. Did he stay in?
Looking for a call.
Looks like it was incomplete.
Yeah, it looks like it was incomplete. First incomplete pass.
On the offense, number 72.
There is a
10
penalty
yards
flag.
from the previous spot will repeat first down.
However, the United States Army, the sponsor of that penalty flag, and that is our referee tonight, Roger Edsinger.
At the left tackle, Jaden Ball for holding. As Marty mentioned earlier tonight, one of the 2 Division I commits on this football team, Jaden Ball, headed to Purdue, and Dylan Armentrout will go play football at the Army.
At West Point. His Twitter avatar has a picture of him with military vehicles on either side of him in the picture. Rolling to the near side is Thanthanavong and fires a dart ahead, and it's caught to the near side by Jace Rockwood, and he breaks free, has the sideline, and he's on the go, and he will saunter into the end zone for the touchdown. 68 yards. How about the footwork of Rockwood on the sideline, able to manage to keep his balance and stay in bounds, and then scoots in for the score. Our camera crew with a great look at this. Watch as he comes right at you down the near side sideline.
I want you to watch the receiver sit down right in the middle. He's able to pick it up, and then watch the block right here that is able to spring him for the touchdown. We got to get the number on the block because that was terrific. That might have been Carter Cornelius down there, number 5 making the block. I don't want to give the credit up too soon, but my goodness, what a strike. Jace Rockwood, 4th touchdown of the season. Extra point try is up, and it is good. And just like that, Marty, 28-3.
Almost in the blink of an eye, Bloom-Carroll has surged ahead. Another Ramos Roofing touchdown. Get an estimate on your roof by calling or texting 614-761-ROOF.
See if we can freeze it right here at the block. It looked like, keep coming. Come on now. There's the block right there that freed him for the touchdown. And looked to me like that might have been Jet Jones down there, possibly. Looked like number 3 coming up with the block.
Tell you, Jeff, the other impressive thing about that was Rockwood's ability to stay in bounds, because that back foot after a couple of yards ahead with the catch, he had it almost looked like a ballet dancer with his foot tapped down to the near side sideline. I'm sure he wouldn't like that analogy.
No, but
nonetheless, that's close enough.
That's what you call tight roping the sidelines. That was absolutely terrific. And again, how about the poise of Ethan Thanthanavong, allowing things to kind of develop in front of him, finding his receiver sit down, and it almost looked to me, what are we doing? Looking at
we're looking at the picture
here?
right
I
here.
like
That's
this.
Right. Uh-huh.
Go find the photographer after you score a touchdown. Atta boy.
It only took them 3 plays to go the 81 yards. And again, the scoring summary brought to you by Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health of Franklin County. And Bloom-Carroll has exploded into a 28-3 lead with just 18 seconds left in the first half. The Bulldogs have had a 92-yard kickoff return. They've had a 68-yard touchdown pass. And they also have had their defense step up and make an interception. Remember, all of this comes after a first quarter where they did not touch the football for the entire 12 minutes of quarter number one as Andy Clark's Falcons held the football the entire quarter.
Yeah, we don't have the official time of possession right now, but you got to believe Bloom-Carroll's got to be under 4 minutes of total possession at this point. And I understand the kickoff return counts as one of them, but take that away, and you kidding me? You got 3 touchdowns on 3 other plays as Fairfield Union tries to run it here on first down, and that should be the last play of the first half.
Owen Ruff with absolutely nowhere to go on that play as Tristan Ruckman, 6'1", 215-pound senior nose tackle, made the stop, and that will do it for quarter number one. Well, we weren't sure what we were seeing in quarter number one when Fairfield Union just kept the football for the entire half. However, Bloom-Carroll in quarter number two explodes. They score 28 points. They get a kick return. They get a lengthy pass for a score. Their defense steps up with an interception. And the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs, using the power of their offense, have taken the lead as we go to the locker room after 2 periods of play in our Toyota Friday night rivals. Bloom-Carroll leads Fairfield Union by the score of 28-3. An impressive 12 minutes of football in quarter number two for Jeremy McKinney's team, looking for their 22nd straight Mid-State League victory. As the teams make their way towards the locker rooms, Jay Richardson is with Jeremy McKinney.
Coach, fantastic start to this football game. An unusual start, seeing as your offense did not get on the field in the entire first quarter, but then you guys got rolling with special teams, and that sparked, it seems like, your offensive explosion that we've seen now thus far. What was the difference defensively in you being able to shut them down after that opening drive?
Made some adjustments with our front. They're just trying to run power, so we would change up how we were lining up a little bit there and talk to our outside linebackers about where they were fitting. Deep passes, beautiful shot to the end zone there to the big tight end. Is this kind of how you envision this game going? I thought we were going to run a little bit more, but anyway, we're scoring points. I think it's a pretty good thing. All right, before you get out of here, it's often difficult to keep young people focused when they have a big lead. What are you going to do in there at halftime to get them refocused for the second half? We'll give them about 10 minutes to kind of do what they want to do, and then we'll come in and talk and make some adjustments still coming back out in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Good luck second half. Thank you.
All right, Jay Richardson with Jeremy McKinney and his Bulldogs have the lead as we have reached the intermission tonight. Bloom-Carroll and Fairfield Union, the Bulldogs, going to the air. Fairfield Union owned the first quarter, but the Bulldogs of Bloom-Carroll take charge in quarter number two as we are at the half in our Toyota Friday Night Rivals matchup.
Welcome, folks, to the Kitchen Saver Halftime Show. I'm Jay Richardson. Now, all season long, the CW Columbus and the Ohio Education Association are teaming up to recognize all the outstanding teachers that are making a difference in the lives of the young athletes on the field tonight.
The Ohio Education Association and the CW Columbus are putting the spotlight on these exceptional teachers here in Columbus, celebrating Shane Perdue of Fairfield Union and 2 teachers from Bloom-Carroll, Jim McNamara and Johnny Hooks. Shane wants his students to be excited to come in ready to learn and grow. He also helps his class produce the morning video announcements every day for the whole school to enjoy.
I try to meet them at their level. Sometimes that means talking their lingo, but I try to have my room be a comfortable place where they can be themselves and never feel ashamed about who they are and just enjoy being here.
Jim and Johnny love being a part of the Bulldog family and support their students in all their extracurricular activities. Getting to mold young, bright minds is why they love teaching.
It's very hard to find someone that has a frown on their face. I mean, I don't know if you can agree with that.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I think it's the climate, the character of our students, the dedication of our staff and teachers. We have supportive administrators, very involved parents, and I love the harmony.
Congratulations to these outstanding educators.
Once again, congratulations to all the teachers and a big, big congratulations from all of us at the CW Columbus and the Ohio Education Association to all the fantastic and outstanding teachers. Now, next up, we've got a show of some strength, strategy, and athleticism from some unlikely icons. You guys guessed it, the Safe Light Mascot Challenge is coming up.
Welcome, everyone, to the Safe Light Mascot Challenge, right here on the CW Columbus. All right, then, let's meet the contestants. Jaguar, Bear, Cardinal, Dog, and Good Day Columbus's own Muggsy. This week's challenge, Tug of War, and it's the mighty Mug Muggsy taking on his mascot competitors. The action is intense as both try to gain an advantage. Muggsy's intensity is fierce. You can tell he really wants a win. The mascots are certainly all in for a win. This tug of war is at a stalemate as both sides continue to fight. The fans are completely blown away by the competition. No one is giving an inch. Who is going to pull off a victory? Muggsy lets go of the rope. Down go the mascots. This is clearly Muggsy getting payback for all the dirty tricks played on him. Oh my! Mascot carnage is everywhere as Muggsy gets the last laugh, which means this week's big winner are the fans. Congratulations, fans! You've truly witnessed history. Tune in next week for another exciting Safe Light Mascot Challenge on the CW Columbus. No mascots were harmed in the making of this video.
Welcome back to the Kitchen Saver Halftime Show. It will continue after the break, but first, our guy Marty Bannister is going to give you highlights and scores from all around Central Ohio. Our score here, as you can see, 28-3, Bulldogs over the Falcons. This has been the Kitchen Saver Halftime Show.
you back to the Kitchen Saver halftime report here at Bloom-Carroll. The Bulldogs lead Fairfield Union 28-3. Back along with Jeff Logan and Jay Richardson. I'm Marty Bannister, and 28-3 is the lead for Bloom-Carroll. After Fairfield Union held the ball the entire first quarter, Bloom-Carroll threw 28 points on the board in quarter number 2, and they have the lead as we reach the half here. It is week number 6 of the high school football season. We are just 4 weeks away from the playoffs. That's hard to believe that we've reached this part of the high school football season. Other games going on tonight in week number 6 in high school football. Dublin-Jerome trying to get back on the winning track. They and Thomas Worthington meeting tonight. That game scoreless as they are in quarter number 1 of that matchup between the Celtics and the Cardinals. Elsewhere in the area, this game was last night, and Northland in a key City League matchup pounded East, handing the Tigers their first loss of the season. The Vikings with a 49-14 romp and an impressive win last night for that Northland team, which is now 5-1. Hamilton Township continues to roll right along. The Rangers are cruising past Amanda Clear Creek in a Mid-State League Buckeye Division matchup. 22-0 is the score as that game nears the intermission. Upper Arlington and Hilliard Bradley. We'll see the Bradley Jaguars in a couple of weeks. They are down by a touchdown to Upper Arlington, 10-3, that game in quarter number 2. Also tonight in quarter number 2, Marysville with a 14-7 lead over Hilliard Darby. Monarchs a very physical football team. Pickering and Central trying to get back on the right side of the tracks. Newark in the wrong place at the wrong time tonight after Central's dropped 3 in a row. The Tigers leading 20-0 as that game nears the intermission. Olentangy Orange leads Hilliard Davidson 3-0, and Davidson losing for the first time last week and down now in quarter number 1 to the Pioneers of Zeb Schroeder 3-0. Olentangy Berlin, a bit of a surprise here. Another one of those district rivalries where Berlin leads undefeated Olentangy 10-0. And that game is in quarter number 2. Olentangy has one of the state's best players in quarterback Ethan Grunkemeyer. Tays Valley with a 14-0 lead over Circleville. Another Mid-State League matchup in the Buckeye Division. That game also nearing the intermission tonight. And how about this game? Westerville South and Westerville North. Westerville North undefeated going into the game. Right now down by a couple of scores as that game nears the intermission in that battle of Westerville. The ruler of the Ville up for grabs. And Westerville South with a 21-7 lead over Coach Stan Jackson and his Westerville North Warriors. Here, Bloom-Carroll leads Fairfield Union 28-3. We'll show you some of the exciting moments of half number 1 when we come back. It's our Toyota Friday Night Rivals. That Scioto Connect. Toe tap right there. All right. Right.
may need to block us on that door.
My money's on him.
Blocking? Yeah.
My money's on him.
I'll take my chances there.
The Ohio Education Association is proud to recognize Central Ohio's Scholar Athletes of the Week. Anna Conrad runs cross-country and track at Fairfield Union High School. She's a cross-country All-Ohioan and individual state qualifier. Anna is the Buckeye Division's 2023 Girls Track and Field Most Valuable Runner. She's a two-time academic All-Ohioan and on the All-A honor roll and carries a 4.2 GPA. Anna is a student council secretary, a member of the FFA, Key Club, and National Honor Society. She's also a deacon in her church. Karsten Geibel is a golfer for the second team at Bloom-Carroll High School, and he's also on the baseball team. Karsten is all-league academic, taking CC Plus classes in pre-calculus and physics and AP classes in government and calculus. He has a 4.0 GPA. Karsten is a member of the National Honor Society and Student Council. He volunteers his time in helping out with food drives. Congratulations to these outstanding Ohio Education Association scholar athletes.
And our congratulations as well. You had to like Karsten's backswing there. It looked pretty impressive. What we saw there. Welcome back to Bloom-Carroll. We're at the half, and the Bulldogs, with a big second quarter, have exploded into a 28-3 lead over Fairfield Union in this Mid-State League Buckeye Division matchup. Jeff Logan, Marty Banham, so we're glad you're with us here tonight. That first quarter was something we hadn't seen before, where one team held the ball the entire quarter, but Bloom-Carroll took charge in quarter number 2.
Just think, as much football as you and I have seen, Jay Richardson has seen, we have never seen one team dominate an entire quarter of football, never giving the ball to Bloom-Carroll, but they only got 3 points out of that drive, and then all of a sudden the floor dropped out.
And this is how it started.
All right, so here's the continuation of the drive that led to the field goal, and this is Hunter Clark on a third down, big conversion on an RPO.
Owen Ruff was the star of that first quarter for Fairfield Union there, capping off the drive with that 28-yard field goal to give the Falcons their only points of the first half. But then on the ensuing kickoff, it was the Broden Bishop show.
Boy, it goes untouched, 92 yards for the touchdown. Now, again, you're leading 7-3, and you've yet to have the ball snapped on offense as we head into quarter number 2.
And for a team that loves to run the football like the Bulldogs like to do, they were able to get scores through the air.
Yeah, and Coach McKinney said we expected we were going to have to run the ball more. That ball thrown to Carter Cornelius in the end zone for a touchdown. Good celebration.
And then it was the tight end, Michael Stevenson, with the catch. After this interception, Bloom-Carroll, again, getting points. Their defense giving them an opportunity, and they capitalized on it.
And this is an impressive throw to the big tight end, Stevenson, as you mentioned. And then the last score of the game, Rockwood with a little, just a dump pass into the flat, and he's able to make it go. Got a great kick down, block downfield, and tight roping the sidelines to a touchdown. Very impressive.
Bloom-Carroll with the lead, 28-3 over Fairfield Union. Jay Richardson is with the Falcons head coach, Andy Clark.
How you doing, fellas? Got Coach Andy Clark here. Coach, fantastic way you guys came out and dominated that first quarter. Now, some adjustments were made, and obviously it seemed like for a second things almost got out of hand. How do you regain control of this thing, and what is your plan moving forward with these guys to get back into that form?
Well, obviously, I mean, Bloom-Carroll's a great football team. We got to come out here in the second half and, not just play for pride. We got to play to get better. I told the kids, you take it one play at a time. We can't worry about what the score is right now. We got to come out, win the first series, win the third quarter, and then kind of see what happens in there. But as far as adjustments go, we just got to make sure that we're sharp with our first steps and our stances and everything, because a mistake against these guys is a touchdown.
Coach, you guys have showed fantastic toughness and grit. You guys are a power football team. Do you want to bring more of that physical edge and maybe try to slow them down?
Yeah, we have to do that. I mean, we're not going to be able to slug it out with them speed-wise, so we got to make sure that we're efficient on offense. We're getting our blocking assignments, taking care of the football.
Thank you so much, Coach. Appreciate your time.
All right, Jay, thanks very much with Andy Clark. 28-3 the lead, Bloom-Carroll over Fairfield Union. Second half of tonight's Toyota Friday Night Rivals matchup is coming up.
Thanks, guys. Dean, you want to give us a peek at the stats? And the total number of plays was 31.
And Bloom-Carroll gets the ball to start the second half, too.
Right.
As if it could be any worse.
Another one-play drive. Thanks, Dean.
Gotcha. Right with you. Babaloo, babaloo.
So Stan Jackson's got his first bit of
adversity.
Watterson's smoking Hartley too, 28-7.
I like Brad Birchfield.
Yeah, he's
good.
Really good.
I got you.
Yeah, it must be a thing.
As we come back from break, we wanted to give you a look at the Fairfield Union Marching Falcons. This sneak peek is sponsored by Music Go Round Marching Band Sound. Check out any of their locations, 2630 Bethel Road and in Gahanna inside the Stone Ridge Plaza. The Marching Falcons performing at the intermission. 28-3 is the lead for Bloom-Carroll as we get ready to start half number 2 as the Falcons and Bulldogs meet here this evening in this Mid-State League matchup. We get ready for the second half kickoff, which is sponsored by MakeItMakeSense.org. Scan the QR code on the screen to get youths and adults the help they need to quit smoking and vaping. Bloom-Carroll will get the football to start the second half. Fairfield Union took the opening kick and proceeded to keep the ball the entire first 12 minutes of play. There were some rather remarkable numbers in that first half. When you look at the stats, and we'll get those for you here coming up, but it was the one that stands out to me is one that we're going to talk about here in a minute. Number of plays in that first half would not tell you that's the way this game is going. We'll give you some of those numbers here coming up. Owen Ruff to kick it away. Short pounding kick. A flag is down as he kicked the football away. This is probably an offside call on the kick team.
Yeah, a little too much strategery going on there on the kick team, deciding to pooch kick it a little bit.
Encroachment on the kicking team. 5 yards for re-kick.
Yeah, I think they're concerned that Broden Bishop's going to take it back to the house again, so they went with a little pooch.
I would be, absolutely.
And trying to keep it away from the high-flying Bulldogs, and see total yards dominated by Bloom-Carroll. The big stat there, I think, is 0 passing yards. And the one stat that does not show there, Marty, you just talked about, 31 offensive plays tonight for Fairfield Union and only 10 offensive plays for Bloom-Carroll, yet they lead in this football game 28-3.
Just a remarkable number there.
That tells you stats mean absolutely very little when it comes to the total.
Well, that's not fair. Stat guy, Jason
well, he's
Van, who's
important.
working very hard
yes,
tonight.
He is working his rear end off.
Here's again is the kick, and again a very short kick fielded by one of the upbacks for Bloom-Carroll at about the 40-yard line, and a decent return out of this. In fact, still on to go and spinning ahead across the 30 and breaking free for a moment is Bo Sherman, the 5'6", 155-pound junior, fielded that short kick and said, well, you know what? I've got some running room here. And just kept going and going and going.
The diminutive Bo Sherman, wearing that number 29, he's able to get that ball and going to make the most out of it. Look at the blocking downfield, doing a really good job in vision, keeping his head up and moving along, and they are in business. The ball set right at about the 25-yard line.
Bloom-Carroll will put that offense onto the field. In that first half, Ethan Thanthanavong was impressive throwing the football. There you see him lead the offense onto the field. And look at those numbers. 6 of 7, 150 yards, 3 very impressive touchdown strikes in quarter number 2 for Ethan Thanthanavong. They'll go out of the shotgun with Stevenson lined up in tight. They'll hand to Armantrout, and he just runs through tackle attempts to the 15-yard line, spins free for a moment, and then is knocked down as he got inside the 15-yard line. And it is a first down for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. And watch Armantrout negotiate his way free for the first down.
Boy, he has been very little used tonight. But, again, they've only had 10 offensive plays in the first half, so not many footballs to go around to even the stars of this team. And Dylan Armantrout making the most of the opportunity there.
That's a John Hinderer Dealer's first down, the first of the second half for this Bloom-Carroll offense. And this is Armantrout again, and he has stood up and shoved back. Good job by that interior of that Fairfield Union defense. Gunnar George, the senior tackle, has 22 stops coming into the game with a big hit there, leading the charge up front. Keegan Arnett helping out the 6'4", 225-pound junior defensive end.
Boy, big and strong. Man, you just talk about the strength in that defensive line. Gunnar George, big number 73, coming in there making the play along with Keegan Arnett, number 72. I think that Coach McKinney would be thrilled to just continue to run the football as much as he can here in the second half.
Armantrout in the backfield with Thanthanavong, who comes to the near side. Stevenson is wide open to the 5-yard line, trying to break free, and is brought down at the last moment. As coming over to bring him down was Jake Barr, one of the defensive backs. But they simply lined up Stevenson on the flat, and he made that catch and just turned and was a step or two away from getting into the end zone.
Yeah, mark my word, they've got a future star right now in this young sophomore tight end, Michael Stevenson. I think he is going to be special out there in a little flex pattern, dropping the ball to him, giving him a chance to make people miss.
That's another first down, another John Hinderer Dealer's first down. Bloom-Carroll again, first and goal now. The ball at the 3-yard line, and this is Armantrout scooting in for the score. And the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs with the Ramos Roofing touchdown. For a free estimate on your roof, call or text 614-761-ROOF. Dylan Armantrout finds the end zone for the touchdown, and Bloom-Carroll wastes little time, increasing the lead to 34-3.
That big offensive line, Jackson Frazee up front along with Braden Spencer, Jade Stevenson. Watch again the push, especially by the middle of that offensive line, doing a really good job of moving people out of the way.
Extra point attempt by McKee is on the way and good. And 2 minutes into the second half, the lead goes to 35-3. We're into the running clock portion of the game now here in the second half. Bloom-Carroll leads Fairfield Union, our Toyota Friday night rivals matchup.
Every new Toyota is built for you.
Your adventure, your commute.
Your style, your comfort, your choice.
Now during Toyota's Truck and SUV Month, choose from our extensive lineup of the longest-lasting vehicles out there.
Like the best-selling Tacoma, as comfortable off the road as it is on.
Now get 3.99 APR financing on a rugged new Tacoma, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Toyota Truck and SUV Month. The choice is yours. Toyota, let's go places.
Scoring summary brought to you by Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board of Franklin County. 4 plays, 26 yards, Dylan Armantrout. Capped off the 93-second drive with the touchdown scamper. And the lead at 35-3. Andy Clark's Fairfield Union Falcons are down in this game after getting the first points. And this game is somewhat mirroring, Jeff, I think what Andy Clark was talking about and the way his team's season has gone this year. You look at the games that they have lost this season. They were in a number of those before things kind of got away from them. The season opener against New Lexington, the loss to Hamilton Township where they were in it at the half. The Logan home game got away from them, and this one has gotten away from them.
And I think it's just a matter of confidence and really not having the numbers or the depth that they need. But like Coach said to Jay Richardson at the half, they're just going to take it one play at a time and try and get better every play that they're out there for the future.
There is no need to wait to get the score of your favorite high school team. First Scores on Fox 28 is sponsored by Columbus State Community College, and they have you completely covered, and that starts tonight at 10 o'clock. On Fox 28. We were running through some of the scores for you at the half. We got an update on one of the games we were keeping a close eye on, Pickerington North, which coming into the game ranked number 2 in the state, Jeff Logan. They're playing Westerville Central. And that game nears the half, and it's tied at 14.
You'd almost think this is Halloween night, the way things are going on in Central Ohio with some of these scores.
Well, we had a great shot of the moon a little while ago by our outstanding camera crew, and it just kind of has that feel about it, doesn't it? Line of scrimmage, the 20-yard line. And Owen Ruff, the ball carrier for Fairfield Union.
Yeah, we saw Westerville South was leading the undefeated Westerville North football team. Dublin Scioto and Canal Winchester tied up at 14 in their game. The other one that was a little bit of a surprise to me was Olentangy Berlin, now up 17-7 on the Olentangy Braves.
Owen Ruff, 59 yards rushing. You saw the junior a moment ago on your screen. He has been the do-it-all guy for Fairfield Union this season and was a big factor in that first quarter. And he'll get the football here again in quarter number 3 as he has stood up. Jet Jones, who they moved to that strong side linebacker spot. Jeff talked about it a little bit earlier. He was returning starter at safety, but they felt his talents were better utilized in that strong side linebacker spot. Jeff, what's the big difference in those two positions?
Well, you know, if you're playing that safety position, you're doing a lot of reaction secondarily. At the linebacker position, they're able to walk him up at times and get him where he can get into the backfield.
On the defense, number 36.
It's going to create a first down up for Fairfield
No,
Union.
5-yard.
5-yard penalty. Should be the first down.
All right, yep. Face mask on the defense, number 36. 5 yards from the end of the run. Result is a first down.
Penalty flag sponsored by the United States Army. That flag on the play. And you'll see it coming up here. Was at the end of the play there.
Boy, it's got him right by the face mask in there.
Aiden Scholes.
Yeah, inadvertent, obviously, but tough situation. Does create the first down. They're able to keep the ball.
A John Hinderer's dealer first down for this Fairfield Union offense as they push the ball out across the 35-yard line.
How about the push and the effort by that offensive line, trying to create opportunities for Owen Ruff up there. Gunnar George, the big left guard, number 73, playing both ways on this football team, kind of leading the charge. And there's Owen Ruff. We talked about him tonight, a junior. Great attitude, quiet kid, humble. But when it comes game time, he flips a switch and he becomes special on the field, both offensively and defensively.
Good look at Andy Clark surveying things, or Hunter Clark rather, the son of head coach Andy Clark, surveying things at the quarterback spot. And he will keep the football, and he is swallowed up in the backfield. Park Truex came blazing in that time and easily got to the quarterback and dropped him for a loss.
He came into tonight with 6 tackles for a loss, the leader on the football team in that category, and he's added 2 or 3 of them tonight. And again, that's that backside pressure that Jay Richardson was talking about in the first half, an adjustment that this defense made early in the football game.
Jeff, I like the question that Jay asked Jeremy McKinney. You see him watching intently from the Bloom-Carroll sideline about the mental focus of his football team. When a game gets out of hand sometimes as quick as that one did in the second half, and things came so easily to the Bulldogs. And down in the backfield racing in to make the stop was Lincoln Miller, the 5'9", 165-pound sophomore defensive end, and that was a heck of a play right there. He just shot right through the gap and got to the quarterback easily and dropped him for a loss. Watch this play here by 33.
Yeah, this just comes totally unblocked and not an opportunity at all for Hunter Clark to be able to even get rid of the football. Ball came loose at the end, but able to recover it. And you can see the pressure there. The left tackle just kind of ignored that linebacker, or defensive end, Lincoln Miller, who was coming in. He's a sophomore on his football team. A little undersized, but man, does he play big.
rough on to kick the football away. It's a 4th and 20. And a very high knuckleballing kick that will be fielded, then dropped. Ball's loose in the field. Armantrout unable to fall on it, but a Bloom-Carroll teammate was there to help him out. And it's not surprising at all that it's Broden Bishop, who's been a big part of this game tonight, comes away with the fumble recovery. Bulldogs with the football when we come back. Big lead for Bloom-Carroll over Fairfield Union, their Toyota Friday night rivals.
Running clock is 35.
I thought it was 30.
Or 30, so we should have a running clock now.
Yeah, I think they're stopping it for us, I think. I just said we're in that territory when we came back.
It is 30 points.
Next week's Toyota Friday Night Rivals matchup takes us back to the Ohio Capital Conference, and we'll see a team that many believe is one of the best teams, well, not only in the OCC, but maybe in the state of Ohio, and that's the Gahanna Lincoln Lions. Join us next Friday starting at 7 when Gahanna takes on New Albany right here on the CW Columbus. Looking forward to that one. That has turned into a pretty good northeast side rivalry in the Ohio Capital Conference, Gahanna and New Albany, as those two get together. A couple of heavyweights in the Ohio Capital Conference squaring off next Friday, and we will have it for you right here on the CW Columbus.
Yeah, Gahanna Lincoln having their way tonight with Westland, a team that they most certainly should win against. And my radio partner, Roy Hall, coaching on that football team with Gahanna Lincoln, thinks they've got some 4 or 5 Division I football players on that team.
Quarterback's a pretty good one. Brennan Ward, the son of the head coach. Coming to the near side now is the ball carrier for Bloom-Carroll. They've got some backups in the game right now. Jeremy McKinney able to get some second stringers in right now. That was Nathaniel Cordell, a 5'6", 140-pound senior with the carry. Van Thanevong stays in the game at quarterback. There you get a good look at big number 72, Jaden Ball, the 6'5", 305-pound senior tackle on his way to play at Purdue for head coach Ryan Clark. They've got a big one. They're playing tonight, in fact. They're playing Wisconsin in a Friday night Big Ten game. I'm sure you love those Friday night Big Ten games, don't you?
What the heck are they doing? My goodness.
Always love to get him a little agitated.
Yeah, doesn't take much, does it?
Here's Van Thanevong coming to the near side, taking a couple of shots, and is bent backwards as the junior quarterback with the carry tonight. Came in with just 86 yards on 25 carries. But the one thing, you look at the numbers that Armantrout put up last year, just staggering, well over 1,900 yards rushing, number 1 all-time in the school's history. They also had David Marshall. I talked about him a while ago, about his play last year. They put him in the backfield offensively. They had a pretty good 1-2 combination of those two guys, but with the talent they have throwing the football, they've been a little more balanced this year, and Armantrout may not have the numbers that he had last year, but he's just as effective. Stevenson, the tight end, comes set. And the handoff will go inside. Another big hit there, as that time it was Cordell. Well, we talked earlier about the way Bloom-Carroll has dominated the Mid-State League, but they have become a power in all of Ohio high school football. In 2020, they lost in the state semifinals. 2021, again, lost in the state semifinals. And then last year, they got all the way to the state title game before being beaten by a very good Canfield team on a snowy, bitterly cold day in Canton last year in the state title game. But this is a program that has become a power in the state, and I think sometimes kind of flies under the radar a little bit, Jeff Logan.
Absolutely. You know, Wade Bartholomew had great success here before he moved on to Olentangy.
Van Thanevong to the near side and steps past the defender and out of bounds.
And Marty, I think one of the really good things that has happened is the continuation of what this coaching staff did. Even though Coach Bartholomew left and went to Columbus, Jeremy McKinney, who had been a longtime assistant, kept it going. And, it's his team. He's doing it his way, not Wade's way. And but, the kids have bought in. They love the culture of what's going on down here at Bloom-Carroll. And the fans absolutely appreciate what they've seen here. They love this program.
3rd down and 7 as Thanavong dances back to throw and has a receiver. That's Sherman wide open at the 10, at the 5, and into the end zone. Bo Sherman from Ethan Thanavong, and his sensational night continues. That's another Ramos Roofing touchdown. For a free estimate on your roof, call or text 614-761-ROOF. It's Thanavong to Bo Sherman for the score, and Bloom-Carroll continues to pour it on, now up 41-3.
Doesn't it seem appropriate that Bo Sherman is the guy that's able to take it into the end zone? He was the guy that returned the kick, gave him great field position early in this football game, and he has come on to be an impact player here in the second half. A terrific job and a great throw. What a night Ethan Thanavong is having for his football team.
The extra point attempt is airborne and good by Trayton McKee, and there you see a very excited Bo Sherman, and why not, with the touchdown reception. The 5'6", 155-pound junior.
He's having some fun out there tonight, man. This is cool. Just a junior football player. Again, you talk about being undersized. There's your scoring summary. It took 5 plays, 51 yards, took all of 4 minutes and 10 seconds. By far the longest drive in terms of minutes that Bloom-Carroll has had tonight, brought to you by the Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board of Franklin County.
Jeremy McKinney's team well on its way to its 22nd consecutive Mid-State League Buckeye win. The last time they lost a game in the Mid-State League, you have to go back to October the 4th of 2019 when they were beaten by Amanda Clear Creek 21-14. And they have continued to roll in this league. And they have become really the dominant team. There are some good teams in this league. Logan Elm's off to a very good start this year. That Hamilton Township bunch that Bloom-Carroll will see here in a few weeks, that's a good football program as well, too. But no one has had the dominating run that this Bloom-Carroll program has had. McKee on the kick, high end-over-end kick. And this one will go into the end zone and come out to the 20-yard line. And that's where Fairfield Union will start offensively. Again, down 42-3. Well, the football fever is coming up tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, and not a better way to get your day started for what is, well, there's no question it's the biggest football game of the season, probably in all of college football, as Ohio State travels over to South Bend to face the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Clay Hall and the football fever crew will have you completely covered as that gets underway tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Clay looks like he's ready to fire a spiral down the field right there. And I'm sure everyone excited. That's where Kellyanne Stitz is on her way to South Bend. I hope she's there already. Hand off to Ruff, and he is staggered in the backfield and then knocked down as he tried to find a way free. But just so many people wearing purple staring him down, and he was unable to get any positive yardage.
You remember Kellyanne telling us she was going to think about us for a nanosecond while she was traveling to South Bend. And I told her to make sure that Clay Hall bought her extra dessert at dinner.
Well, we've got Jay Richardson with us tonight, and I'm sure he's happy to be exactly where he's at tonight.
Fellas, this has been a fantastic display of just a high-powered offense with, after the defensive adjustments by Bloom-Carroll, I mean, it's been pretty much nothing, like literally nothing for Fairfield Union. I talked to Fairfield Union's coach at halftime, and he said, listen, that's a fantastic ball club. We're doing what we can, but those boys are good. He wasn't lying.
Jay, you're right. And Andy Clark, I think Jay's question was right on the money. What do you do to stem this tide? And Coach Clark, he was pretty blunt about it. We just have to be better, and that's the only option we have if we want to make this any type of a game. And as we go to the end of quarter number 3, Bloom-Carroll large and in charge of this football game right now. 12 minutes to go in our Friday Toyota Rivals matchup. Bloom-Carroll leads Fairfield Union 42-3. Fourth quarter's coming up. That's a wow. Mark Norrie's a good football coach. That's at Berlin. Wow. Straight to it, no score, no reset. Yeah, no kidding. Bloom-Carroll High School's marching band put on quite a show earlier tonight during halftime. This look on their performance is sponsored by Music Go Round Marching Band Sound. Check out any of their locations at 2630 Bethel Road and in Gahanna inside the Stone Ridge Plaza, the Bulldog Marching Band. We welcome you back to Bloom-Carroll. We're in the fourth quarter with Bloom-Carroll rolling past Fairfield Union 42-3, along with former Buckeyes Jeff Logan and Jay Richardson. I'm Marty Bannister, and here's an interception as we start quarter number 4. Bloom-Carroll gets the football back as picking the pass off, and with the return for the Bulldogs is Tristan McKeever, a 5'9", 155-pound junior. Basically dropping back, playing center field, able to field that fly ball, make the catch.
He wanted to get up, but he got his bell rung at the end of that play. Really took a shot, and you can see that he's not sure exactly where he is, and medical personnel out there immediately. This ball thrown up for no one. I mean, this is just a hope and a prayer, throwing it right down the middle, and there you can see the interception being made. And I want you to watch Tristan McKeever as he finishes this play. Out of nowhere, there is a shot there from number 4. That was Hunter Clark, obviously, the quarterback, making the tackle. Watch again. There's the pick. That's the second pick of the evening. And Hunter Clark comes across the line, and you can see there. Took a shot to the helmet. The teammates trying to help him up, and you can see there he's up on his feet now, and all the fans are excited about this opportunity. And there's the smiles from that young man. It's good news.
And even a little chest bump midair there with a teammate as he came off the field. So,
you know, they'll watch him closely now. You know, that shot to the head, they'll pay attention and make sure that he's got his wits about him, but he certainly is celebrating with his teammates over there, and there is a sign of relief on that sideline that it wasn't more severe.
Well, I tell you, these athletic training staffs at these high schools, they do such a great job of taking care of all these student athletes, be it football, be it what sport it is. It is obviously of their utmost concern, and they do a fantastic job of making sure everybody is taken care of, and that's exactly what's happening right now on that Bloom-Carroll sideline.
Dan Thanabong is going to take a seat for the rest of the night. Javen Griffith, the sophomore quarterback, in.
Dan Thanabong with a, very good night would be an understatement, as he threw 4 touchdown passes tonight. Bloom-Carroll with the football.
That is a lot of young football players in there right now for Bloom-Carroll. What a night for Thanabong. Passing 8 out of 9, 190 yards, 4 touchdown passes for him, meaning that half of his connections went for touchdowns, Marty. Pretty impressive.
Bulldogs with the football. Kyson Klein in the game, a freshman running back. Had a big game against Liberty Union earlier this year. Ran for 73 yards on 11 carries and getting some quality action here in this fourth quarter with the clock rolling. 10:40 to go in the game. It's all Bloom-Carroll. And this is, again, the running back Kyson Klein, 5'7", 166-pound freshman. You look at the Fairfield Union team, and Andy Clark talked about this when we were discussing his program earlier this week, Jeff. While they're certainly on the south end of the numbers tonight, they also, though, do have good numbers as far as the program is concerned. They're getting a better turnout, and that's certainly a way to help build your program, and that's what Andy Clark is trying to do at Fairfield Union.
Now, this is an important opportunity to play a lot of young football players in a big game at home. Give your starters a little bit of a rest.
Sophomore Javen Griffith in at quarterback. They hand off to Klein, and he stretches ahead towards the 25-yard line. As we go under 10 minutes to go with the lead at 39 points, we're in running clock territory here in quarter number 4. This game started out like we might have something special going here. Quarter number 1, Fairfield Union held the ball for the entire quarter. And then 5 seconds into quarter number 2, Owen Ruff boots a 28-yard field goal. And just like that, they led 3-0 to the Falcons. But the tide turned very quickly, a purple tide in the second quarter. Here's Klein. Nice little move as he cuts through a gap. And the freshman gets across the 20-yard line.
Look at the push.
The pile will shove him forward as he rumbles ahead for a first down for the offense for Bloom-Carroll, a Bowling Green State University first down. Watch the freshman come running right into your living room here.
I think the future is bright after Armentrout graduates and goes on to West Point, that possibly Kyson Klein, the freshman. Talk about a bowling ball, 5'7", 166. There are no handles there to hold on to, man. He is just a tough dude to bring down.
They have some impressive skill people on this team. It's Klein again, and is brought down as he tried to turn up to the near side. And good penetration that time by Carter Murdoch in at one of the linebacker spots for Fairfield Union, a 6', 200-pound senior.
Murdoch, a senior on his football team, a leader both offensively and defensively for this team. I think Coach McKinney roaming the sidelines, making sure he's getting everybody an opportunity to play in this game tonight.
We approach the 8-minute mark. And off inside, here's Klein again. And good hard running by the freshman as he has stood up and shoved back. Again, they have a number of backups in across the offensive line and the skill positions as well, too. Bloom-Carroll last year going 14-2. Won their first game. Lost their first game, rather. Then lost their last game. In between, they won 14 straight and got all the way to the Division III state championship game. Tell you, that was a pretty good Canfield team they ran into last year in that state title game. I had a chance to broadcast that game. I'll tell you what.
Canfield was a real deal.
They were. That was a very good team that Bloom-Carroll ran into. And that was a very good Bloom-Carroll team as well, too, last year that made that trip up to Canton. Flags come in as the ball is snapped.
You know, that 14-2 record, Marty, did you ever think we'd see the
Dead
time
ball.
when high school football
Ball
teams
start
would be
on
playing
the offense,
16
number 64,
football games
5 yards to the previous spot. Repeat, third down.
in order to win a state championship? Isn't that something?
Yeah, it's
a big deal.
It's something. It is.
It is big.
It is. I don't argue with that at all. You hear that talk a lot, though, that it's way too many games, but I think what's often overlooked in that, Jeff, is only 2 teams are playing 16 games.
Understood.
In that division. So, yes, it's a lot of football, but at the same time, back to throw now, looking towards the end zone, and the pass is incomplete as the pass falls incomplete in the end zone. Intended receiver was Corian Henderson, a 6'3", 175-pound senior. Got to bring up a 4th down and 12 as the clock continues to spin with 6:28 to go in this one tonight. Bloom-Carroll with the lead.
Field goal try from the 25-yard line. It'll be a 35-yard field goal.
Trayton McKee has been very impressive. One of the strengths of this football team, his ability to kick the football. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and the kick is airborne, and it is easily good. Halfway through the 4th quarter, all Bloom-Carroll. The Bulldogs lead Fairfield Union 45-3. We're back with our Toyota Friday Night Rivals matchup. Okay, yep. I'd say him or Bishop. I mean, Bishop ran that kickback. It seemed to ignite everything. He had that interception.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah. I don't care. Where do you want to go?
Your call.
Let's go with Bishop, okay?
Broden Bishop.
Had that kickoff return, had the interception. That kind of turned the game when he ran that kickback. Bloom-Carroll 45, Fairfield Union 3, as this game is at the halfway point of quarter number 4 tonight here at Bloom-Carroll High School. We'd like to thank the folks here at Bloom-Carroll for their hospitality. Wonderful facilities here, beautiful field turf surface, new press facilities here, this press box here at Carl Fell Stadium. It's in its first year. They haven't even had a chance to officially christen it yet. And it is a fantastic facility here for a football program that is rolling to another victory in the Mid-State League. There's the scoring drive brought to you by Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health of Franklin County. 8 plays, just 25 yards, and 5 minutes and 41 seconds, capped off by the Trayton McKee field goal. Are we closing in on your time of the night, Jeff?
We truly are, and I know that people are waiting just in total anticipation of the rollout of the 2023 Logan's Heroes are coming up. And this is a list of teams, and solely in my opinion, after doing tons of research, who the top 5 teams are as of tonight in Central Ohio, who in my opinion have the greatest chance of going deep into the playoffs. So we'll get a break here. We'll show you exactly who those 5 teams are that make week number 1.
Jay Richardson will remember this for the rest of his broadcasting career.
This is as good as it gets, Jay. I can promise you that, man.
There's a handoff inside, and Bloom-Carroll's defense has been stout in this one tonight. Owen Ruff has been the go-to guy season long for this Fairfield Union offense, but the way this game turned quickly in the second quarter, his effectiveness has been limited severely in this one. A lot to build on, though, with that young man. He's a good guy to have in your backfield and on defense. And it's Ruff again with the carry, and he runs into a defender and then just keeps going after he got out across the 30-yard line.
It's been a tough night for Hunter Clark, the quarterback, the coach's son, and I think he's got a great future. I think he's, big kid, 6'3", 185, and just a matter of learning the game, having it slow down a little bit in front of him in order to make those big plays.
Was interesting talking to Andy Clark during the week about coaching his son, and it's something that's not uncommon as they bring the starters out and bring the second unit in now for Fairfield Union, to have a head coach coaching his son in a high school football environment. But the quarterback's a little different animal in that regard, and that's one of the things that Andy Clark talked about, how he sometimes can be a little too hard, because Andy Clark was the standout quarterback himself in his playing days at Division II Concord University. So he has a little different perspective at that.
And then you switch quarterbacks here, put the second team in, and, oh, by the way, his name is Clark, too. It is Dean Clark, who is a freshman, obviously the coach's son again, in there as the backup quarterback. So
the Fairfield Union Falcons got the night's first points, but it has been downhill since, as Bloom-Carroll has steamrolled their way to a 45-3 lead here in quarter number 4 with about 3.5 minutes left in the game tonight. Bloom-Carroll with the advantage as they lead Fairfield Union 45-3. It's our Toyota Friday night rivals.
Toyota's 4 brothers have made a name for themselves on and off the road.
Tacoma has been the best-selling truck in its class for the past 18 years.
This is the legendary Toyota 4Runner.
With over 40 years of off-road experience, this SUV has seen it all and keeps coming back for more.
The powerfully efficient Sequoia delivers off-road adventures with style and comfort.
And Tundra is the biggest, most powerful, most technologically advanced truck Toyota has ever built.
Toyota's 4 brothers. Let's go places.
3rd down and 12 for Fairfield Union. They'll hand the ball off and trying to sweep to the far side. The ball carrier, Brady Andrews, a sophomore. And that will bring up a 4th down. And get ready. It comes to you after this play. If you're not DVRing this game, you might want to start right now. Get that rolling. It's almost time.
I'm going to warn you. There's a couple of these teams that are struggling tonight.
Uh-oh.
I think it's Halloween at some of these locations.
This is my first go-around with the unveiling
I know
of what's about to come.
It changes from week to week.
I don't know that I've been this excited in my broadcast career.
Yeah, your opinion is unwelcome. Just for the record.
Here's the punt. Owen Ruff gets it away. And it will take a good bounce for Ruff. He's done a good job booting the football tonight, and it will wobble to a halt with under 2 minutes left. All right, sir, it's all yours.
All right, so here are the top 5 teams. Cue the music. These are all undefeated football teams. Bishop Watterson winning easily tonight against Bishop Hartley. These are in no particular order, by the way. Olentangy, I thought, was one of the real strengths out there. They are struggling against Berlin tonight. Pickerington North tied up with Westerville Central. That's a shocker. Gahanna, I think, is the best of the best. And Hilliard Bradley tonight has taken a lead on Upper Arlington. So those are my 5 that I think have the chance to go the deepest into the playoffs. And I'll tell you what, Bishop Watterson may be the sleeper in that whole group.
Some of those teams tied right now. Is there a jinx in being on Logan's Heroes?
It can hurt.
It
can hurt.
Okay,
yeah.
I wondered about that. Is it like the Sports Illustrated cover jinx?
Do you have any opinions you want to throw out there? I told you they're unwelcome, but you can still bring them.
Have I earned that right yet?
Yes, you have.
We're 6 games in. I didn't know whether I'd earned that
Who
right
we missing in that group that you think belongs?
Well, I think you might have hit just about everybody.
Some of the smaller schools out there, like London, Academy.
Yeah, Academy's 5-0. London has Bellefontaine tonight, and Tavian St. Clair, the Ohio State quarterback commit. It's a huge game out in the Central Buckeye Conference.
Canal Winchester also doing a great start here at the beginning of the season, along with Hamilton Township.
That's one I might have put in that list, Canal Winchester. It's been a big night for a number of players as a flag comes sailing in here. But this game really turned, Jeff, I think, for Bloom-Carroll, thanks to one player tonight, who will be our player of the game.
Yeah, the first time they touched the ball, Broden Bishop took the kickoff at the beginning of the second quarter. The first time they touched the ball, he takes it the distance, 92 yards for a touchdown. And then in the next drive, he comes up with a pick. And this is what really turned things around, and it was all downhill from there as far as Fairfield Union is concerned. A little whoop-de-whoop flip at the end, and the player of the game, Broden Bishop. Nice job by him tonight, and that's going to bring up a punt formation after the penalty.
We can't overlook the night that Ethan Thanthanavong had at quarterback with the 4 touchdown passes, but when you look for a player who makes the play of the game in a lot of respects to kind of turn the tide in this game, it was that kick return by Bishop, because they didn't touch the football in the first quarter, and before the offense came on the field, thanks to Bishop, they had the lead.
A quick snap to the up man. They go ahead and take a knee, and that'll be the end of the football game with the running clock.
Bloom-Carroll rolls tonight. The Bulldogs in this series win for the 10th straight time and for the 11th time in the last 12 games. And oh, by the way, in the last 12 times they have won in this series, only twice have they not scored 30 or more points. Tonight they score 45 and roll to the victory again by the final of 45-3 as Bloom-Carroll with the victory right now. They move along to 5-1 on the season, and with the defeat, the Fairfield Union Falcons drop to 2-4 and end a gauntlet of teams that they had faced. Hamilton Township at 5-0, Logan Elm at 5-0, and this 4-1 Bloom-Carroll team going into the game tonight. A very difficult stretch for Andy Clark's football team, and they come up short here tonight as Bloom-Carroll wins 45-3 over Fairfield Union. Stay with us. Our Toyota Friday Night Rivals coverage continues.
With over 50 million Toyota Corollas sold, it seems like we built one for everybody. And now we have. We built this one to be so dependable that it's often passed down within the family. We built this one to get 50 mpg and available all-wheel drive. This one for its handling and easy parking. This SUV for your next big adventure. And we built this one just for the fun of it. Introducing the 300 horsepower GR Corolla. Now there is a Corolla for everybody. Toyota. Let's go places.
Bloom-Carroll very impressive tonight, about what you would expect as the Bulldogs cruise to a 45-3 win over Mid-State League Buckeye Division rival Fairfield Union. Back along with Jeff Logan and our sideline reporter tonight, Jay Richardson. I'm Marty Bannister. Jay filling in for Kellyanne Stitz, who is with the ABC6 broadcast crew and the Football Fever crew in South Bend, Indiana, getting ready for the Buckeyes and the Fighting Irish tomorrow night in South Bend. Bloom-Carroll rolls to the victory tonight again by the score of 45-3. And onto the field now where Jay Richardson is with a very happy Jeremy McKinney.
Hey, thank you so much. Here with Coach McKinney. Obviously, a fantastic victory, 45-3. Your boys rolled. An interesting start to that football game. You guys did not get one possession in the entire first quarter, and your starting quarterback only threw 9 passes, and yet you see the score there. What were the keys to the game for you and your team?
I think the adjustments we made on defense to try to get off the field certainly helped, and then offensively, I thought we were clicking. We executed pretty well to get those points up there on the board. And honestly, special teams, our kicker kicking it through the back of the end zone all night long certainly helped too.
I don't know if I got in trouble for this, but I gave your kicker a little fist bump because, man, he was cranking them. I'll say this, though. You definitely made some serious adjustments. What were you seeing from that offense at Fairfield Union that you knew you had to change?
They were getting up on our linebackers, so we had to make some adjustments with our fits, with our defensive line to try to protect our linebackers so we could scrape.
Excellent, excellent. And then offensively, you guys were rolling. It seemed like every single pass was a huge one. Congrats to these boys. Congrats to you, Coach. This has got to feel good.
Oh, yeah, it feels great. Thank you.
Excellent. And now we got a little something for the fellas here. For the victors, congratulations. To the champions, Friday Night Rivals champs, right here at Bloom-Carroll High School. Congrats, boys.
On the field for Bloom-Carroll. It's a good thing somebody was able to come in and get the orb from Jay, because Jay's about 6'6", and he had it way up in the air there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so there.
Very nice, and it never gets old when you get a chance to recognize that team and their recognition.
Numbers tonight, and it was very reminiscent of, or very descriptive, I guess, was a better way to phrase it, as to how this game played itself out, Jeff.
Yeah, the 2 turnovers were disastrous for Fairfield Union, especially the first one in the first half. But no passing yards, no ability to be able to complete any passes in this game except to the other team with the 2 turnovers there. Pass yards 190. I know they want to be more balanced, Bloom-Carroll does, but that's what it gave them tonight, and they took advantage of it.
I tell you what, I think that's a pretty good football team.
I do too.
That's a pretty good football team, and they showed it tonight, flexing their muscle here this evening. Never let that first quarter waver at all as far as their mental approach to this game. You don't touch the football in one quarter, and before you know it, you're up 28-3 at the intermission. A very impressive performance by Bloom-Carroll, which goes to 5-1. Next week, we are back into the OCC, as we will have Gahanna and New Albany for you next week on our Toyota Friday Night Rivals, presented by Columbus State Community College. 7 o'clock kick from New Albany High School Stadium for that matchup, featuring a very good Gahanna Lincoln team. Some think, including our friend Jeff Logan, they're on Logan's Heroes list. They could be one of the best, not only in Central Ohio, but in the state of Ohio as well. And they'll take on a very good New Albany team. On behalf of Jeff Logan and Jay Richardson, Dean Marini, and our entire crew, our statistician Jason Van Hoos, I'm Marty Banos, reminding you one more time the final score tonight. Bloom-Carroll rolls. The Bulldogs roll past Fairfield Union in a Mid-State League Buckeye Division tilt tonight, 45-3. So long, everyone, from Bloom-Carroll High School.